Let me run it back again. See, CC to every employment, plus you just got promoted, and just 6 months ago, you got the keys. Wife kissed you at the closing just like she did 6 months prior in front of family and friends. Matrimony, it was beautiful. But back to the present. That email open. We regret to inform you the doors are closing. Pack up everything. See, we come face to face with carrying the weight of all of our luggage. Years of it packed away, and just a day ago everything was perfect. You fit as much as you can in one of them brown legal boxes in one day's notice. See, and that walk through the parking lot, that long walk through the parking lot, that tell you how much and how out of shape you really is. Breathe for a minute. Just breathe for a minute. Just breathe, just in your nose. And out through your heart. And say thank you to your lungs from time to time. And time to time, don't even count. Don't do anything. Don't do nothing. And that's everything. Yeah. And that's everything. Just breathe.
Been so upset your mouth stopped dead in its tracks. But in hindsight you knew just exactly what to say. Next in line, but the server just forgot your order.
Come on, Branjae, come on.
No need to frown, because they comped it anyway. So breathe, start focusing on selfish needs. Breathe, and quit shaking all the leaves of trees. Anxiety. Breathe. Get over here and breathe with me. You gotta breathe. Gotta learn to breathe.
Out through your heart.
We gotta breathe.
There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love surrounding you and brewing inside of you. Written Quincey knows it. As children, we all knew it. We grew up, we lost it, but deep down, we still know it. We have each other. We're not alone. Like breathing each other, like pollination has bees, like melanin has sun, like photosynthesis has spring, like summer has autumn, like winter needs hibernation, like submission needs knees, like forgiveness needs tears, needs cheeks to catch streams, needs waterfalls, like thoughts needs commas to pause, and harmony needs chords. Like familia, we need each other. Pablo Neruda tells us to count to 12 and keep still. And we did. We stopped. We didn't move our arms so much. We experienced an exotic moment without rush, without engines. All of us together in a sudden strangeness. Far from inactivity, this is life. We're not dead yet. And we know how to sit in silence together. And we remember what the earth teaches us, how sometimes everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. We counted to 12 and we remembered our dead. And even they come back to life again and again through our love and our memories. What is this thing then that is stronger than death, that we breathe in and breathe out? A retired colleague of mine tells a story of a time that he delivered a message, and he had another engagement that afternoon, and as soon as the service was over, he snuck out the back of the sanctuary through the choir room. And as he made his way, he saw a woman putting away her choir robe. "I appreciated very much the anthem this morning," she said. "I hope so, because that's it." He said, "What do you mean that's it?" She said, "That's it, I'm hanging it up." She was putting away her robe. He said, "Are you retiring?" She'd been in the choir 103, 104 years. He thought she was retiring. She said, "No, I'm quitting." He said, "You're quitting?" She said, "I'm quitting." "Oh, you're not quitting." "I'm quitting." "Well, why are you quitting?" She said, "I sat up here in the choir loft this morning and I looked around at the other choir members. I looked at the ministers. I looked at the worship leaders. I looked at the ushers and just looked over the congregation. And I finally said to myself what has haunted me for years." He asked, "What's that?" She said, "Who cares?" Now, my colleague was in a hurry, so he had to make this speech, and he said, "Oh, you'll be all right. Take an aspirin. You've got a headache, all right?" He went on to his engagement, but the whole way back, all he could think about was what an indictment it was of the church. Who cares? For her, it was not a church. In her opinion, after a long time membership there, after a long activity and participation in the church, was that she doesn't feel the love or that people care. So it's not a church. When he got home that afternoon, he called her and he said, "I want to talk to you." And she said, "If you want to." He said, "I want to." And he went over there and he talked to her for quite a while, and he asked her, what would the church have to do to show you they care? This was her definition. She said, "Take me seriously." And that was a strange way to put it, especially for her. He said she was kind of a comic, sort of a stick of peppermint, always playing practical jokes, pinning the tails of the choir robes together and things like that. He said, "You can't be serious. Take you seriously? What are you talking about? You're always joking and laughing." And she said, "You bought all that?" I thought it was rather transparent myself. I like to be taken seriously. When he left her house, my colleague said to her, "You're wrong, you're wrong." She said, "I'm not." He said, "Come on, I travel to churches all over this country. Everywhere I go, there are people who love and they care for each other. They take care of one another." She said, "Where?" He said, "Everywhere I go, there are loving people." She said, "Really?" "Yes." She said, "Name some." She wanted names. If it happened here, could I use your name? May I give her your name, your name, your name, and your name? Ram Dass, the spiritual teacher, tells a story of a time when he was in New York City giving a series of lectures back in 1969. He says, every night, taking the bus up 3rd Avenue, I got the same extraordinary bus driver. Every night, it was rush hour in one of the busiest cities in the world. But the driver had a warm word and a caring presence for each person who got on the bus. He drove as if you were sculling a boat down a river, flowing through the traffic rather than resisting it. Everyone who got on that bus was less likely to kick the dog that evening or otherwise be hostile and unloving because of the loving space that the driver created. Yet all he was doing was driving his bus, doing his job. He wasn't a therapist. He wasn't a great spiritual teacher. He was simply being love. It's a great reminder about how we're always affecting the world around us in every moment, whether we mean to or not. Our actions and our state of mind matter because we're all deeply interconnected with one another. So it matters, and that's why working on our own consciousness, our own state of mind and being and attitude is probably the most important thing we can do in any given moment, and especially in difficult and divisive times like these, when there's so much rancor in Washington and stories of kids chained to beds and mudslides and wars and rumors of wars. And because being love is a supremely creative and powerful act that everyone can do. It's just our nature. We knew it when we were kids. One of the ways that we feel loved and we know how to and offer people love is to take them seriously. You know, whether we're very young, whether you're very young or very old, we want to be taken seriously. Whether you're a man or a woman or transcend our culture's gender binary, we want to be taken seriously. Whether you're a skeptic who shuns belief or a spiritual seeker who searches for it, whether you're an atheist or a deep believer in the divine, we each want our experiences and our questions to be taken seriously, as we should. And in this place, where we have so many different people, so many different ages and incomes and education levels, and people who follow different spiritual and philosophical paths and practices, how do we show each other that we're taking each other seriously? How do we show the genuineness of our love? Now, even my colleague in that first story who was clearly cared about that woman in the choir who was having that crisis of faith about her community, but he wasn't taking her seriously. He said, "Oh, you're not quitting. Come on, just take an aspirin. You've got a headache or something." He told her she was wrong, even though he clearly cared about her. His words and his actions and how he was treating her did not express that care that he was feeling. Well, last month, when Tandeika was here, our theologian in residence, she showed me how easy it is for our words to be disconnected from our emotions. We were in my office, and she was trying to make a point. So she said, "Try to make me feel welcome. Invite me in." I said, "It's great to see you." She said, "I'm not feeling it." So I cleared my throat and I tried again, and I said, "It's so good to see you." That time I think she might have even rolled her eyes at me. I tried a couple more times, but she was not buying what I was selling, and after a while I wasn't even buying it myself. Then I said, "This is crazy, because the thing is, here you are in my office, and I'm so glad you're here, and yet I can't even express it in a way that you can feel it." And then she smiled and said, "There you go. I feel it now." And I did too. She was helping me see how easy it is to go through our days play acting with each other. Just not being connected, not paying attention to what the other person's feeling or what we're feeling, just saying the words, going through the motions. It made me realize two things. One was just why my ministry here has been so fulfilling and so meaningful, because I have such a deep love and affection for the members of this congregation and this community that when I see people and I say, it's great to see you, I really feel it. And so there's a warmth that exists between us. But then it also made me think about how those times when I'm distracted and I'm not really connected and I'm just kind of walking through the halls, hey, how you doing? Hey, great to see you. Isn't this wonderful? But since that conversation in my office, I've been just paying so much more attention to my heart and what am I thinking. And if I'm saying it's great to see you, that I really mean it and I feel it. And my words and my tone and everything about me is expressing what's real and what's really going on. So if you ever wonder if I'm serious when I say it's great to see you, or if you think I wonder if I'm taking you seriously, just ask. I'm asking for it. And if I'm not, I'll stop and breathe, and I may even count to 12. And get connected and make sure that my words and my heart and we are connected. Because Branjae Jackson is writing this incredible new song that she's just debuting this morning. She hasn't even recorded, she's just recording it, hasn't even put it out there yet. Everybody needs. She's right. Everybody needs love. But if it's not genuine, what's it good for? It's easy to say. As children, we knew it. We grew up, we lost it, but deep down, we still know it. And we need each other. We know it. We need each other. You don't have to be a therapist or a theologian. You don't have to be a spiritual guru or an incarnation of the Buddha. You don't even need to have read the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita. There's a baby who knows it. All you need to be is love. It's as natural as the seasons. They come and go. It's who we are. It's what we are. It's about freeing ourselves to stay connected to who we are and what we're about. It's the music of our soul. As John Lennon and Paul McCartney put it, there's nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. I love you.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. There's nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy.
All you need is love.
Let me hear you.
All you need is love.
That's right.
All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
One more time.
All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need.
Love is all you need.
All you need.
Love is 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 all you need.
so happy you're visiting with us online today. We love connecting with people all across the country and around the world, sharing our powerful message of love beyond belief.
There's something new happening here. You can now join All Souls as a virtual member. Our virtual membership is designed for friends who live outside of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and who want to engage with All Souls in a meaningful way.
You can be part of an expanding family, a global family really, wherever you are. If you live in Oklahoma,
Ohio,
or Orange County, California,
Canada,
or Cameroon. By becoming a virtual member, you'll be able to deepen your connections with members and friends here in Tulsa and with members wherever you are.
Each week, you'll receive special All Souls content tailored for you, our virtual members. Virtual members have access to pastoral care, to personal prayers, and also receive invitations to exclusive web events.
You can learn more, and if you're ready, you can become a virtual member today by visiting allsoulschurch.org/virtual membership.
We're grateful our ministries are having a positive impact on your life, and we want to share the good news of love beyond belief with more and more people. So no matter what, we need your support to keep this ministry growing and thriving, so please consider making a gift today. You can do so by texting
LOVEBB for Love Beyond Belief to 73256, or simply visit our website. You are a blessing in our lives. May you be blessed
and be a blessing.